Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be finding out what happens if you collect all of the cigarette cards in the premium cigarette packs before talking to the guy who actually wants to find them. So we've done a similar experiment like this with other in-game characters that are looking to collect various items, whether that's the rock carvings with the time traveler, whether that's the dinosaur bones with the professor lady who ends up building that crazy giant stegosaurus monster. So I wanted to see what would happen here, to see if we could get sort of a secret outcome or if anything different would occur. So before we can find out if there are any alternative outcomes or secret lines of dialogue, what we need to do first is establish a base. And we're going to go to the Flatneck train station where we can meet our character, Phineas T Ramsbottom. And this is the guy we talked to in order to get started collecting the premium cigarette cards. And this is what happens if you visit him with collecting none of the cards prior.
Sure, but perhaps not as much as you.
Oh, no, don't worry about these. Actually, take some. Take a couple of packs. Take a few.
Oh, thank you. What are all the cigarettes for? Are you heading on a long journey or something?
No, nothing like that at all. I'm just interested in the cards.
Okay.
The cigarette cards. Oh, you got any?
No.
No, what's the matter with you? These things are enormously valuable.
What, a little picture card?
Yes, enormously. Sometimes I'll smoke up to 200 cigarettes in one day, just so I can keep opening the packs. I wish I could explain to you the pleasure and the pain I get out of collecting these babies.
Sure. It sounds,
Thrilling? Yeah, it is. Not to mention the vast amounts of life-reaffirming cigarettes I get to smoke. Oh, and the amount of money? A veritable fortune, sir.
Fortune?
Oh, sure. A complete set of any series is worth a fortune. Yeah, look at this. Gunslingers. Over here, circus freaks. Yes. Meow meows of the desert. So rare.
I never knew.
Sure.
How much?
Well, it depends on the rarity, sir.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. You know, if you ever get a complete set, I can take it off your hands.
And you'd pay me.
A fair price. Now, you send them to me right here. Phineas T Ramsbottom, at your service. I gotta run. This is my train. Look me up, okay? Think about this deal. Only a complete set. That's where the value lies.
Okay, so that right there is what happens if you talk to this individual without collecting any of the cards beforehand. So what I was going to try and do next is see if I could collect every single cigarette card before talking to this guy. Now, I know that seems like sort of a daunting task, but I was up for it. So what I did is I actually went to the strategy guide. I actually bought the strategy guide that comes with the game, and I was going to try and find all of the locations. Well, it turns out Rockstar might have planned for something like this happening, or at least they didn't want it to occur, because some of the cigarette cards will not spawn if you actually haven't talked to this guy. So it looks like Rockstar thought about this beforehand, that there's no way to collect every single one of them before talking to Phineas T Ramsbottom. So that is a little bit disappointing, but I still wanted to see if there was a difference. So this time what I did is I ended up collecting a couple of cigarette cards, and this time I wanted to see what would happen if we visited this guy after already finding a few. Would there be a difference in the cutscene, just like there was with the rock carvings and the dinosaur bones? And this is what happens.
Do you smoke, sir?
Sure, but perhaps not as much as you.
Oh, no, don't worry about these. Actually, take some. Take a couple of packs. Take a few.
Oh, thank you. What are all the cigarettes for? Are you heading on a long journey or something?
No, nothing like that at all. I'm just interested in the cards.
Okay.
The cigarette cards. Oh, you got any?
Yeah?
Well, get them out. Let me take a look. Come on.
A little picture card?
Yeah, I'll pay you a good price.
Okay. Here.
Nothing I haven't got. The value is in completing the set. Sometimes I'll smoke up to 200 cigarettes in one day, just so I can keep opening the packs. I wish I could explain to you the pleasure and the pain I get out of collecting these babies.
Sure. It sounds,
Thrilling? Yeah, it is. Not to mention the vast amounts of life-reaffirming cigarettes I get to smoke. Oh, and the amount of money? A veritable fortune, sir.
Fortune?
Oh, sure. A complete set of any series is worth a fortune. Yeah, look at this. gunslingers. Over here, circus freaks. Yes, yes, yes. Meow meows of the desert. So rare.
I never knew.
Sure.
How much?
Well, it depends on the rarity, sir.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. You know, if you ever get a complete set, I can take it off your hands.
And you'd pay me.
A fair price. Now you send them to me right here. Phineas T Ramsbottom, at your service. Yeah, I gotta run. This is my train. Look me up, okay? Think about this deal. Only a complete set. That's where the value lies.
So yes, it does turn out that there is a little bit of an alternative cutscene and some hidden lines of dialogue when talking to Phineas T Ramsbottom if you have collected a handful of the cigarette cards already, which is pretty cool. I always like the level of detail that Rockstar do when they put something like that into the game. And I also wanted to try another experiment because after that cutscene, he gets on a train and then is never seen or heard from again. Because remember, when you send in the cigarette cards, you end up like just mailing them to him, so you don't actually ever see him again. It turns out that he actually does get on the train, and you can find him sitting next to another gentleman, and you can greet him and antagonize him, but he doesn't actually say anything back to you. And what's funny is you can actually rob him as well. That's like the only action that you can end up doing. And I believe he ended up giving us like $8.02 and then a gold pocket watch. So I found that to be kind of funny. He's also the only person on this train that you can't end up killing. So I guess Rockstar also thought of that in that they didn't want you killing off the guy that you would eventually be sending the rest of the cigarette cards to. So just like the rock carvings, Rockstar sort of thought about this beforehand, and essentially they made it impossible to collect all of the cigarette cards before meeting Phineas T Ramsbottom. But if you do collect a handful of them, you will get an alternative sort of secret outcome when you talk to him for the first time, which is pretty neat. Now, I know Red Dead Redemption 2 has been out for a while. In fact, it actually just had its 1-year anniversary a day or so ago, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have either already collected the cigarette cards or really don't care for it. But if you are interested, I'll leave a link to a video I did a couple of months ago in the description. It's an easy way in which you can collect all of the cigarette cards and get the collections done without having to go all the way across the map. Essentially, you just buy cigarette cards over and over and over again, and you just like open the packs, and you can do so from the general store. And as long as you have the money, you can basically buy an infinite amount. And the math is in your favor here. Like the more you buy, the more collections you'll complete, and you'll be able to turn them in super easy. So again, I'll leave a link to that in the description. I'm not sure how many of you guys are still interested in collecting the cigarette cards in Red Dead Redemption 2, but if you are, that's an easier way, especially because some of them might be found in certain parts of the map you haven't unlocked yet or haven't visited yet, and it'll definitely speed up the amount of time you have because the rewards are actually pretty great for turning in all of the sets. And in case you guys are wondering what you get, if you turn in the first set, you get the vintage Civil War handcuffs, which are actually used to create like a really good talisman. So it's worth it just to do that. Turning in the famous gunslingers gets you a special snake oil and $50. Turning in the artists, writers, and poets gets you the ginseng elixir and $100. The Vistas of America gets you a gold nugget and $100. Gems of Beauty gets you a platinum chain necklace and $100. Flora of America gets you special miracle tonic and $50. Stars of the Stage gets you a small jewelry bag and $50. Fauna of America gives you perfect rabbit pelt and $50. Marvels of Travel will give you aged pirate rum and $50. World Champions will give you a valerian root and $50. Amazing Inventions will get you volatile dynamite and $100. Horses will get you special horse medicine and $50. And Prominent Americans will get you 3 eagle feathers and $50. And turning in all sets will give you a nice reward of $200. So it is pretty nice when you not only turn in a handful of them, but when you get all of them, the payout is pretty great. But anyways, that right there is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. We find out what happens if you attempt to talk to Phineas T Ramsbottom after completing or collecting all of the cigarette cards in Red Dead Redemption 2. If you guys have any other fun experiments, mysteries, or secrets you'd like me to try and solve, explore, or figure out, you can let me know in the comments down below, or better yet, reach out to me on my Facebook page. You can send photos, videos, and more. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. So be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.